Hello and welcome to day 2 of the video stretch series. Today's video stretch series is going to be focused on our wrists, forearms, and more upper body. So follow along, and without further ado, here we go. All right, so we're going to be starting on the wrist. We're going to be spending 30 seconds at each of these stretches. We're going to do that 2 rounds, and then we're going to move into some other stretches where we'll be spending a minute at each of those poses. Okay, so we'll start officially here in 10 seconds. The first stretch is going to be with your hands facing forward, palms flat on the ground, arms are straight, and then from here we're just gonna rock out over our fingertips. So rather than just holding this pose, if you would like, you can kind of rock back and forth, kind of pushing into that stretch and then coming back out of it. The closer your hands are to your knees, the easier this is going to be. So if you're really struggling, bring them nice close, like you can see how I have them here. Feeling the stretch in the back of the wrists. Okay, then you're gonna flip your hands around like so. Palms are flat on the floor. This time you're gonna rock back towards your hips. Now you can just hold if you would like to prefer to do it that way, or you can kind of pulse, moving back and forth into it. Feeling this stretch in the back of the wrist as well. Okay, next one, palms are gonna go up. The back of the hands are flat on the ground. This one can be pretty spicy, so make sure to get nice and close to your knees. Elbows are straight, and we're just rocking back towards our heels, or maybe just holding there is enough for you, fighting to try and keep your elbows straight. So whatever you find appropriate for that. Definitely feeling this in the tops of the forearms. Great. Last one, you're gonna take your hands flat on the floor, and then you're gonna spin your thumbs inward. And then from here, you're gonna rock back towards your heels. Same thing here, trying to keep your elbows straight. Finding a nice stretch in that rotation of the wrist there. Remember, farther away is more difficult, closer is easier. Good, okay, quick shake out of the wrist here, and then we're gonna do that again. So shake it out, palms flat on the floor. Here we go into our second round. Rocking out over the fingertips, so we're pushing our shoulders forward. Feeling the stretch in the back of the wrist. Same thing here, trying to straighten our elbows as best as we can. You can see that kind of almost intensifies the stretch. Okay, flipping the hands around. Rocking back towards the heels. Okay, palms are gonna come up. The back of the hands are flat on the floor. Straightening out those elbows and then rocking back towards your heels. This one is intense for most people, so get those hands nice and close to your knees. I don't even care if they're all the way over here, that's fine. Trying to get the elbows straight as best you can. Last one of the wrist stretches. We're gonna take your hands flat, spin the thumbs in. Ew. And then rocking back towards your heels. Breathing through it. And relax. Okay, go ahead and do some wrist circles. I'm resetting the clock to get to a minute. So the next pose, we're gonna be in this seated position here. If this seated position is too much for you, you can sit Indian style, that's fine. Or if you get a cramp in your foot like I just did. Okay, eagle pose, my foot's cramped. So we're gonna go right arm under left arm and then sit here. Trying to get your palms together, and then from here, lifting your elbows up as high as you can. I'm laughing because my foot is totally cramped. There we go. Better. Trying to lift up. We're gonna be holding this for another 30 seconds. You can clasp your hands together if you want. Make a little peep through. Feeling this in the shoulders for sure. Okay, you're gonna release your hands. This time left arm sweeps under right arm. You can come down into a seated position, Indian style here if you would prefer, or your foot keeps cramping like mine. Trying to lift your elbows up as high as you can. Feeling the stretch in the shoulder, maybe even some trap in there. Halfway. Make sure you're seated nice and tall. Ten seconds. Good, okay, you can unwind there. Our next stretch is thread the needle. So you're gonna come onto all fours. From here, let's take our right arm. We're gonna stick it through the gap between our left hand and left knee and bring our right shoulder towards the floor. From here, we're just reaching, pushing our left hand into the mat, getting some rotation there in the thoracic spine, feeling a stretch on the right shoulder and neck. You can even reach around here with that left hand. Trying to open up, create space in your thoracic spine. Feeling a good stretch in your shoulder, neck. Okay, go ahead and relax. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Left hand sweeps through. Head on the floor. You can push your right hand into the ground to get more rotation, or you can reach around like so. Feeling the stretch in the upper back and neck. Really relaxing. Okay, our last stretch, we're going into a child's pose. So you're gonna go child's pose, and then from here, you're gonna walk your hands to the right, or sorry, the left, walking your hands to the left, and then we'll be stretching, feeling this stretch here in the lats, right in the armpit there on the right side. And then as you breathe here, really focus on breathing into that stretch, expanding the rib cage to the right side there, so you're intensifying that stretch there in the lats. Breathing through your nose, both inhale and exhale. Okay, walk your hands center, and then we're gonna walk our hands to the right now. Feeling that stretch in our left side body and lat. And focusing on that breath, really expanding through the rib cage. Taking nice deep breaths to intensify that stretch. And walk your hands back center. And then from here, let's push up into a down dog. So we're coming here, bridging our hips to the ceiling. And then let's slowly walk our hands to our feet. Quick forward fold as we come on up, stacking one vertebrae on top of the other, all the way to standing. And then from here, let's take a nice deep breath of air in. Hands come up overhead. And exhale through the mouth, let it all out. All right, nice work. Feeling loosey-goosey, stretched out. So thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you on the next one.